Today we have huge Spider-Man Brand New Day updates for the Spider-Man film directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who was the director of Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, which is one of my favorite MCU movies. And we're finally seeing him back in action with the new Spider-Man. I think he's a great choice. I will say, before we get into the other talks, I want to talk about how I think he's a great director and I know he's going to do a great job. And I'm excited to see more what he's going to do with the Spider-Man movie. However, I do think I'd rather see him direct Shang-Chi 2. And he was previously tasked to direct the Avengers when it was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty movie for Avengers 5. And then they just had a lot of switch up and the Jonathan Majors drama and all that stuff going on. So that played the impact and they changed their plans. So I am excited to see what they do with this Spider-Man movie. Coming after Fantastic Four, which the box office isn't doing too great, but all things considered, my perspective is I did think it was going to do better than Superman and do a lot better than it's doing. However, I understand that why it's not doing so well, and a lot of people call it superhero Marvel's fatigue and whatnot, but really I think there's a lot of people who enjoy these movies, but when they're done well, and the script's great, the acting, the directing, and all that is great. When you make a great movie, it fixes all those issues of so-called superhero fatigue. So that's my thoughts on that, and I do think Spider-Man Brand New Day will do better because they have been getting better consistently, even if it's not showing as much at the box office. The quality of movie and the reception to the movies are better, even though the box office is here and the reactions is up here, so it's higher. But that plays well for the future movies doing better. So I think they're off to a better future. So we'll just have to see. So with all that being said, I want to get that out of the way before I talk about. So the update, a few days ago, they released a teaser, a little tease, or I call it a little tease because they didn't really show much, but they showed a quick little close-up of the Spider-Man suit in Brand New Day where it's a little dark and you just see close-up of the suit. And I thought that's pretty interesting. They're starting to market it a little more now. And then after that, a day or two later, they released a full look. So they had Tom Holland come into this building. It's kind of dark, but once he gets closer, you get a full look at the suit and the spider emblem, and it looks really cool. It looks like Spider-Man, traditional Spider-Man, the red, blue, and black logo, which is really cool. I will say I did really enjoy the previous Spider-Man suits, like the one that they introduced in Spider-Man Far From Home with the black and red. The black and red was really cool. I really enjoyed that suit. That was one from one of the few first issues in the comics as well. So that was really cool. So let's talk about these new, they say leaked, but they're not really leaked because I think Marvel is smart and they know, you can tell when they want you to see something because they release, people got images and full videos of great quality images of Spider-Man, Tom Holland on the streets, letting fans look at him in the suit and talking to fans, and also shooting parts of the film. I believe it might be New York or some big city. We see that they're using a lot of practical effects. You see explosions and them moving trucks and cars around, like them lift up while he's through the air. And they got them swinging and moving through the city, and that looks awesome. I can't wait to see. I'm glad every time I see them use practical effects and the actual set, it looks great. Or in the city, I'm like just out in the city, all that looks great. I think they're smart to just not try to cover up, and I think they knew they wanted to give you a tease before all this came out to kind of set it up, and then you really getting all this and look and about the film. So it looks great, and I can't wait to see more. No, there's gonna be Punisher and Savage Hulk in the movie, so I think that's gonna be great. It's supposed to be more level, but thoughts are like, but it is, but you got Hulk. If you got Hulk in it, is Hulk really street level? No, he's not. But I get what they're saying. It is going to be more city centric, possibly multiple villains, and we'll just have to see what happens. I did hear a lot of talks about she cameoing or being in the film to a certain extent, and that would be awesome because this is the same director. Destin directed Shang-Chi movie, and he's directing this, so it would make sense for him to at least have a cameo, you know, in the film or be in the film a little bit. So we'll just have to wait and see. I hope that once they finish this, give them a little break, give Destin Daniel Cretton a little break, but then have them come back and do the Shang-Chi 2. And I want to say that you would have loved to see him or see that Shang-Chi 2 movie come out, but honestly, I think they should wait. I think it's okay to wait till after the Avengers movies, Wars, and have them back in the rebooted with new characters, and just so we know that he's gonna make it through the and. Because they need to, because they haven't, a lot of these characters that they did set up well, a couple, phase 4 or 5, and now 6, that could really hold the universe together in those terms. But I think they need to film in more content, more movies, and we need to see more of them, because we haven't seen Shang-Chi since his movie in 2021. So like, gonna be in Doomsday, which is good, and probably Secret Wars. So I hope that they continue to build his character as the Avengers and X-Men and other characters that they're gonna introduce, and we'll have to see what happens. So this is all great news. We're seeing a lot of Spider-Man stuff. Movie's gonna have a lot going on, but I do trust in Daniel Cretton to a compelling, interesting story with all these characters, and I can't wait. So let me know what you guys all think in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, and always, guys, thanks for checking out my videos. And until next video, Chino out.